just a heads up for everybody. Well, I'll wait till everybody gets on. But first off, let's go on and thank our sponsors for tonight. And first up tonight is all right, everybody. Next up is Indiana and Northern Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. These guys jumped on as a sponsor about 4 months ago. And man, I'll tell you what, every time I get one of their magazines in the mail, it's just the quality of the magazine, the articles, the pictorials. I mean, everything about this magazine is awesome. You've got to go check them out. Get you a copy at Indiana and Northern Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. Next up, which is kind of funny because one of our guests tonight is Jason from Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine, established 2019, by far the biggest, baddest magazine on the market. The quality of these magazines are just unreal. I don't think they're actually magazines. These things are collector's items, man. The stock that they use to make the magazines, the pictorials, the articles, they go to almost every single rally that you can possibly think of, coast to coast. Great guys. You got to go check them out at urbanridesmagazine.com or hit them up on Facebook at Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. Next up is our good friends over at Squealing Pigs Audio right here in Baytown, Texas, Mr. Lonnie Revels. Whether you just want a 4-speaker upgrade system or you want a full-blown competition ready to go, complete built, big wheel bagger, bad mofo, you got to go see Lonnie Revels at Squealing Pigs Audio right here in Baytown, Texas, and be sure to tell them Kevin sent you. Next up, the Print Signs and Design guys, 856-453-0336. As you can see, printing, apparel, signs, promotional items, vehicle graphics. They do everything, man. They're the guys that made all of the T-shirts for the 2021 National Biker Build-Off. Anyway, go hit them up and let them know that I sent you to see them. All right, guys. Well, we are supposed to be having Mr. John Shope come on tonight, but I talked to him a little while ago. He is at his son's football game. He will be coming in on the second half of the show if they can get home from the game in time. Anyway, I want to bring on another good friend of mine, Mr. Jason Silman from Urban Rides Magazine. He's got some stuff we want to discuss tonight about Daytona. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, guys?
Everybody, don't make fun of me tonight. I'm talking really weird because this side of my head is so swollen, which you can't really see it right now, but it's all swollen. I had my wisdom teeth pulled. I've got about 8 stitches in my jaw right here. So take it easy on me tonight. Try not to make me laugh too much, but I'm going to let Jason do the majority of the talking right now. Go ahead, brother.
Now, just so you know, he turns it over to me and says, I'm going to do a majority of the talking, yet I believe what I told him earlier was I only need about like 2 to 3 minutes. So now he's putting me on the spot. So I got to cover. No, I appreciate you letting me jump on. Basically, I haven't been on a little bit. I wanted to give everybody kind of a temperature check as to what's going on with Urban Rides Magazine, what we have coming up in the upcoming year. And more importantly, I want to plug that we have the next quarterly print dropping in Daytona. It is by far the nicest one that we put out yet. I mean, we keep getting incrementally better. And I appreciate what you said, Kev, that, I mean, we look at them like they're collector's items as well. This one is just absolutely killer, though. I mean, you can definitely tell as the magazine has grown, which it's grown exponentially, just the quality of everything, the bikes, the articles, everything is just keeps going up and up and up. And it's going to do the same thing in 2022. We're excited for the year. So I want to make sure anybody in Daytona, you can pick the new quarterly print. Pick it up in Daytona if you see Mr. Roby out and about, which I'm sure he'll be at every show. And then after the rally, of course, you'll be able to order them online. We'll be able to ship them to your door. So it's going to be a crazy year. I mean, Danny and I, is the one thing that you said, Kev, that, we're at every rally and every show. Our calendar this year is absolutely ridiculous. So, it's one of those things where we look at the calendar and see all the shows we got to be at. We're just like, it induces so much anxiety, not in a bad way. Just like, there's just so much going on this year. I think this is going to be a crazy year for everybody. I mean, if you talk to any of the shops, everybody is busy. I think the shows are going to be ridiculous this year. I think everybody's going to be out this year. I think we're going to make up in 2022 for all the BS that we dealt with the last 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy. Well, I did want to talk about your magazine real quick. So I'm sure you're like me, man. I've gotten magazines over the years. I used to sneak my dad's Easy Rider magazines, because the boobies and stuff. But, you also like the bikes and all the content that was in the original Easy Riders and stuff like that. And they ultimately became collector's items. I mean, I have 300 or 400 issues just over time from getting them from my dad. And then when I was of age, got them. But you keep these magazines. But one thing I noticed about your magazine is it's not the standard size of a magazine. It's bigger. Well, what influenced you guys to make the overall sizing different? Because hypothetically, a standard magazine is what? Let's agree it's probably 9 or 10 inches wide by 11 or 12 inches tall. Your freaking magazine's like 12 or 14 inches wide by like 16 inches tall. It's a big magazine, but the quality of that magazine is, I feel bad even calling it a magazine. I want to call it a coffee table book because it's just high quality.
It's when, and I'll keep it condensed because I have a tendency to be a little too chatty when it comes to stories. But, when we went into this, originally it was just a digital only magazine. And, Dan had pushed for a long time wanting to go into print. I kind of pushed against it, mainly because you see that most of the magazines went out of business, and a lot of that's overhead. So for me, I looked at it like, I was like, oh man, I don't want to run right into that until, we've established ourselves, we're big enough, blah, 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 blah. Well, we've, obviously everybody had seen what we've done over the last couple of years. We've grown a lot. And instead of going into a monthly, which would have been a lot of overhead, I started to think I have a couple magazines that I get quarterly. I pitched that to Dan. I said, well, what if we do a quarterly? And instead of just doing the flimsy paper, the staple together, the typical monthly magazine, let's do something that when you get it, you get excited because you're only getting it every few months. Something that is going to be like a step above, something where you want to be careful you don't crease the pages, something you want to collect. And one thing led to another, and that's where the quarterly print came out. And I will tell you the reception since we've done the first quarterly has just been absolutely phenomenal because everybody says the same thing you said. They're like, man, it's just like, it's so special. It's just not another magazine to people. And, we want to be a step above. We want to keep that going, you know. And I mean, there's a very, you know, real possibility in the near future. Maybe we do end up as a monthly print magazine, you know, and that would be great. But you know, these quarterly prints, I just think there's something special. I mean, people like that kind of thing. People want to collect that stuff. You know, I want to walk into a shop and see these magazines sitting out and people to be wowed by them. You know, it's a good thing, man. It's been, I will tell you, it's, you know, I'm the digital guy. Dan's more the print guy. And the print has been very, very well received, extremely well received, you know? So the two things that I have to say is, oh yeah, the next copy does have a badass cover. Now, I will say that, you know, the two things that we hear all the time are, you know, people being impressed with the quarterly print and people being impressed that we're traveled, you know, that we go everywhere and we're involved in the industry, you know. And I will say, you know, a lot of what we're doing is, you know, thanks to all of you guys out there, all the enthusiasts. It's thanks to the shops. It's thanks to the advertisers. I mean, we have over doubled our number of advertisers just in the last 2 months. And it's amazing. You know, it's all you guys that keep us going. And I can't tell you how many times I hear, you know, shops and enthusiasts and advertisers, you know, people going, man, we need you. We need you guys. We need a magazine. We need something. And, you know, that's what keeps us going. I mean, it really does, because, you know, we're not, everybody that works in the Urban Rides family, we're not just doing it just to do it. I mean, we have a vested interest. We're in the industry. We're enthusiasts too. Like, it's, you know, we all want this to survive. You know, it's always what do you shoot for? Well, you shoot to be in a magazine, right? You shoot to be on a cover of a magazine. You shoot to get your build. You know, you want your build to be in a magazine. That is, and I think we've talked about this before. We probably talked about this, you know, last year at some point. You know, there's a difference between a bike and a magazine bike, or a car and a magazine car, or a truck and a magazine. Like, when you say magazine, automatically you, in your head, it elevates it to the next level. You know, and I'm proud that we're able to just give a platform to the builders that we can put them out there. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I believe that's a responsibility. I think Dan would agree with me on that too, is, you know, that's a big responsibility to us. We give we give builders the ability to put their artwork on display, you know, and put it out there for everybody and immortalize that in, you know, a publication. You know, and I take that so seriously, man. You don't even know. Like, I'm proud. I'm humbled by it that we're able to do what we do. And, you know, if we can help the industry and keep inspiring people, man, that's what it's all about.
So I have a request, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, which I love putting you guys on the spot. I like doing it to Daniel, but he hardly ever gets on here. I can get you on here more than I can get him. So you see Michelle right here?
Yes.
You need to contact that young lady and do an article on her.
Okay.
I'm telling you that because I'll tell you, I haven't known her, but maybe about 8 or 9 months. I found her on TikTok, sent her a message, you know, and she was very receptive. I did a full interview with her on the show. I even did a second interview with her on the show. But in the time frame from when I met the girl on TikTok till today, the type of work that she's doing in the paint industry, she's making leaps and bounds that would take normal painters, from what I know, years to accomplish. She's pulling it off so fast because she's like a sponge. You need to reach out to her and just talk to her and see if there's some way you can get her in the magazine on a highlight, something about her, because I do know that there's a handful of younger girls just like her that are getting into the paint game, and they are really doing great jobs. And I'm not taking anything away from all the painters we currently have, but it's refreshing to see a younger generation like her, and the fact she's a female, getting into this game and kicking ass at such a high rate of speed. But it's her passion that got me. The fact that she wants to learn everything about this stuff. So I just put that 2 cents out.
You're not putting me on the spot. I'm open to anything. I mean, the one thing that we're looking forward to in the upcoming year is we're trying to find more feature-rich content, more readable content. Now, we throw a few articles in, obviously, in every monthly magazine, and obviously in the quarterly print as well. But I'm going to put this out there to the universe too. anybody that fancies themselves an author or wants to do reviews or anything like that, just remember Jason at urbanridesmagazine.com. Get a hold of me, because we're big enough to the point now where we need to bring some more people in the fold. I'm definitely willing to entertain different stories, different articles. You guys out there, you're the enthusiasts. If you think something that might be article worthy, Jason at urbanridesmagazine.com. Send me an email. I'll take a look at it. The one thing that I will say is we're big enough now at this point. It's the same thing with photo shoots. I'd love to put everybody in the magazine. We're too big now. You know what I mean? We just get so much now that we have to kind of pick and choose. But I'm telling you right now, I'm open for anything. You guys out there, you're watching this, send me an email. Always drop me an email. Let me know what's going on. Like, I'll more than willing to do an interview with somebody that's up and coming, or a new painter or a new builder or a new shop or any of that kind of thing, man. I love that. If we can help give exposure and inspire more people, let's do it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a couple of things that, as you guys know, I did a documentary in 2021. This documentary is almost done. Earl just contacted me tonight. What's up, Gus? And he was telling me, hey, look, I've got the documentary done. He still has to do the credits, the closed captioning and stuff of that nature, but he's fixing to send it to me for final sign off on it.
Nice.
We're doing another documentary this year also with all the builders this year. But one thing I've been thinking about doing is possibly doing a documentary on a bike that I'm about to start building. But the reason I wanted to do the documentary on this specific bike was because my son, which works for Lucky 7 Houston, is actually going to be a part of this build. But there's a reason he's a part of this build, because I want him to get his feet wet with the welding, fabrication, fitment, all the things I did 4 years ago when I built the Rockstar. I want him to, get that knowledge today, because he has a bike that him and I are going to build together, a Sportster. And I want to do a full-blown documentary on the build of that Sportster.
That's pretty cool.
But it's my whole reasoning for it is because, man, let's face it, if you follow trends, or you follow money, or like the Bitcoin craze right now, you're following all this stuff, you're realizing the younger generation right now, they're not getting into bikes. Sales are down. They're not embracing this culture. So when I get these younger guys coming in, like Michelle and like my son Devin, it really pumps me up with some pride and puts some more wind in my lungs, knowing, cool, now we have the next generation that's going to be able to carry this on for another 20 or 30 years. And hopefully they will be able to get another generation and build this stuff back up again like it used to be.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I've been saying that now for years now, that you need to get the younger generation inspired somehow. They're not as into it as we used to be, and are right now. It's all about the next generation, because you can't think what's going to happen next year. You have to think what's going to happen in 10 years from now. Mm-hmm. And you need to get people excited. You need to get the kids excited about this stuff to get them into it. It's that's been concerning me since for years now. You know what I mean? To even see, like, I have a son who, he likes audio, but he's not really into motorcycles or anything like that. It's like, It's amazing to me. You know what I mean? Like, you would think, but.
Well, it took my son roughly, well, Jesus Christ, I've been doing it since 2004. So it's literally taken him the last, I'll say 10, 12 years of his life to finally get interested in what I do. And I keep telling him, I was like, Devin, I've only got 12 more years, bro, and I'm out. I got to retire. I want to give you this company. I want you to take off and keep this brand going after I'm gone. And I don't mean physically gone. I just mean after I'm done doing this shit. You can have it, keep it going. So to see him get interested and actually want to go to work at Lucky 7, which, thank you to Louis Bailey and Josh Brooks and everybody that played a hand in giving him a chance, it just makes me feel good. And I wish there were other kids. Like I know PJ's son, he goes in and he helps out a lot. But how cool would it be to have all of our kids involved in a shop or building bikes and have that next generation right there with us when we go to this stuff and do these things and be like, nah, man, I didn't build that one. That's the next generation did that. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool.
To me, that's cool.
No, we all need that because let's face facts, we're not all ready to retire, I guess, out of the industry. We have to look at the next wave that's coming because that's what's going to, keep the industry alive, the shops alive. You know what I mean? It's just, and it's not even just for the dollars and cents and keeping businesses alive. It's a craft. You know what I mean? I think it goes beyond just custom motorcycles. It's just the custom world in general. You know what I mean? And it's just, it'd be a shame to see everything fade out. I don't want to see everybody out there, driving Priuses and playing on their phones and not building anything cool. You know what I mean?
Well, so it's funny you say that. So my 9-year-old, I don't know, back in December, my 9-year-old we had gone to the Texas Renaissance Festival. And he saw some metal artwork that was there on display. And he was like, Dad, I want to do that. And I was like, it's funny you say that, Cade. Now, mind you, he's only 9 years old. I was like, it's funny you say that, Cade. You really want to learn how to weld? He's like, yes. Well, I told him, I said, you're going to be a little scared because, it's a MIG welder is what I want to start him on. Get out there. And I'm like, all right, put your shirt on, put your glasses on, put your all your stuff on, your PPE, and let's go. Dude, I shit you not. I mean, I get goose pimples thinking about it. But he took that gun and he bounced it the first couple of times. But I think he was just trying to get a feel of what it was going to do. But, dude, by like the 5th or 6th try, he laid down a nice bead. Well, he laid down a prettier bead at a 9-year-old than I've seen a lot of older people do after years of welding. And for me as a parent to think, oh, well, that's cool. My son is going to take after me and want to pick up some of what I do. But the better part about it is, man, he's only 9 years old and he figured out how to just control the MIG gun. Yeah. And at 9 years old, it's not like he's laying down dimes, but the fact that a 9-year-old can control the gun and understand what it's doing, dude.
Oh, imagine with a few years and with practice and
absolutely,
you know what I mean? Talent.
Absolutely.
Talent.
So what did he say? He said, what age is considered a kid now? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Michael Meza, if you're under the age of 30 or under, you're a kid to me. And that's no disrespect, but I'm 52 years old. And I'll tell you right now, there's some guys that are 40 and I still look at them like they're kids. It's like, man, to be so young. But in my opinion, I think 30 and younger are still kids, and that's the next generation. So there you go. That's my 2 cents.
I'd probably agree with that. My favorite thing is, not to be off subject, is seeing all the stuff on social media when all these kids that are like complaining that this is in your 30s and all these aches and pains and all this stuff. I'm like, man, you're in your 30s. I was like, I was still invincible in my 30s. I was like, you ain't old in your 30s. Get out of here.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. We'll see. Well, anyway, so that's all cool. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I think you should reach out to, reach out to Michelle. I think you should reach out to Devin. That's in my mind. That's the next generation. Yes, Devin's my son, and yeah, I'm going to promote him till the day I die. But he is truly the next generation coming up in the bike world. And I think me bringing on Josh, bringing on Devin, talking about what they're doing, how they're doing it, stuff like that is good for the industry. It's a bonus that he's my son.
Well, and honestly, you think about it, bringing more of the young up and comers might inspire other young people to go, okay, well, if they're doing it, I could do it too. It's not out of reach for me. You know what I mean? So I understand that. I mean, again, it's we got to be looking at the next generation because we're not young. None of us are spring chickens, We need the new blood out here, making the next cool thing that, inspires the next enthusiast. So,
hell yeah. Look at man, everybody. There's so many. When does Daytona actually start?
I mean, I think it's everything's kicking off here this weekend, isn't it?
It looks like it to me. I hear people aren't leaving till the 9th, and then I hear people that are there right now. How long is Daytona?
All week, man, weekend to weekend.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I got to throw it out there. If you look back on what Mr. Roby had posted in here in the comments, there is a list of everywhere you will see urban rides, with Editor's Choice trophies, and we got a lot going on. I mean, we got a lot going on. Daytona is the kickoff. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be cracked. I mean, and I'm gonna say this 1,000 times over. Thank God for Mr. Roby, because his ground game is ridiculous. He beats himself to a pulp running from show to show to show, and doing everything he does on the ground. I sit here behind the computer most of the time. Everything Dan does is just, I mean, dude, he kills himself, and it's not just for the magazine. It is for the industry. He does it for the industry. So, and ask Jason about the Urban Rides All Cycle Showdown. I don't know what to say about the All Cycle Showdown other than it is the show that you want to attend. They're gonna, so I mean, if Urban Rides is there, it's that's the place to be. That's all I'm gonna say. Period. End of story. So,
okay, so now I'm gonna put you on the spot again because you just inspired me to ask you something. So, you guys have really been a part of the shows in Daytona over the last 3-4 years. Y'all, I mean, I can't imagine how many shows y'all do in Daytona. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many y'all do, but what do you think is different about your show and then my big biker build off for the cash?
I mean, it's two completely different things. I mean, your
I'm
show is
it right now.
Your show's obviously it's a competition. It's drawn out. I mean, there's a lot more to it. Our shows are shows. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think it's two completely different categories. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, he was John was contacting me about coming on to the show.
You got to give me the boot. Give me the boot. I've already eaten up more time than I thought I was going to be on. So,
well, no, that's okay. He'll be here in a second, and when he comes in, we'll pull him in and we'll let you go. But I just wanted, I wanted to make sure that what the hell's going on here? Oh, okay. I see. I did it the wrong way. That's fine. No, I like the fact that y'all are a part of all that, and there's such a huge presence from Urban Rides. How many shows do y'all actually do in Daytona for the whole week?
Oh God, I mean that I would obviously have to default to Dan on that, because I mean I can't be a part of Daytona this year because we're going to be moving to Texas, so I'm going to have to miss at least the spring rally. I mean, ultimately it's getting as many shows in as we possibly can.
Yeah.
So it's as much coverage as we can throw down. I mean, you'll notice, almost every show has an editor's choice pick, because we want to be involved in every show. We want to be everywhere we could possibly be. So.
Well, cool. So y'all have a really big presence there in the shows themselves, that was my whole point, is that y'all are involved in a lot of it down in Daytona.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, and this is something that I tell everybody, and especially like a lot of the advertisers that we're working with, and I say we don't just cover the industry, we're in the industry. You know what I mean? It's just we're not on the outside. We do everything we can to be involved, to be in the mix with everybody, and that's because that I have a shop, that Dan's been in the industry in some form or fashion in many different ways. It's like, we're a part of it. We're part of it. We're part of the community. So I think that kind of, I think that's why it means so much to us to do what we do. to why we're so involved, why, we stay. I mean, dude, I sit here all day long and just talk to shops and talk to people all throughout the industry. We try to stay as plugged in as we possibly can. We want to know what's going on. We want to be involved. We want to be a part of it.
Well, I thank you guys for doing it, because I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. I don't see how Daniel travels as much as he does, but he does. But anyway, so I'm going to let you slide out of here now. John just slid in the back door. Anytime you guys want to come back on here, just, dude, let me know.
All right, one last plug. Urban Rides Magazine, quarterly, will be in Daytona. It is our baddest quarterly yet. After Daytona, we will have them available on the website. You'll be able to order, get them shipped to your door. Do not miss this issue. If you haven't picked up any of the previous quarterlies, you will want to get this one. And we're also going to have package deals where you can get 4 quarterlies for a low price too after the rally. But if you're at the rally, you go see Dan. Grab a copy of the magazine. I'm telling you right now, you will be impressed. That's all I got to say. Awesome. And then we will have a new digital dropping here very shortly too. Probably in mid-rally, we'll have a monthly digital that'll be fresh here within the week as well. So you'll have all kinds of Urban Rides content. And, of course, Mr. Obi will be on lives and covering everything. And, we're your one-stop shop for the custom motorcycle industry, baby. That's cool. What we are.
Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Y'all go have a great night, and everybody support that Urban Rides magazine.
Thank you, guys.
And now I've got Daniel will be making fun of me. Don't make fun of me. All right, everybody. Say hello to my buddy, Mr. John Shope. What's up, bud?
Hey.
Man, glad you could make it.
Scrambling around. I'm eating, these aren't oxys. These are candies.
He said these aren't oxys.
I wish
I got to take tonight.
I wish they were oxys.
So, dude, I'm so freaking excited about something, and I got to tell you the whole truth, even if it hurts your feelings. I'm just going to tell you.
All right.
So, man, maybe I could be wrong on the time frame, but 6-8 months ago, somebody made a post with you and Joey Hensley, and you were like, "You guys wait, we're coming out with some bags." When I saw that post, I was like, "Oh fuck,
yeah,
Shope's getting in the stereo game. What the hell's going on here?" Because wasn't there a point in time, like in the beginning, where you didn't like the stereo bikes, you were more into the performance side? And I could be wrong, but to hear you get into the game with the stereo side, that's the innovative side of you that I've always dug and always thought was really cool. You're like, you stay up with what's going on, and then you jump out in front of everybody.
Got to stay relevant.
So how did that come about?
I mean, I was the first person to have 6x9 lids. I mean, I've always had some audio, but actually, I hate to say it, but I watch Voodoo, who I don't care for, but he's just killing it. So I'm like, okay, this guy's been copying my shit for years. So now it's my turn to go in and get in on, take some food off of his table. And I passed him right up. It took a year or whatever, and a lot of Ricky Will and Joey Hensley and a lot of really good audio guys guiding me, because I don't know shit about it. But we've got pods for the Street Glide. Nobody has them. Pods for the lowers. My lowers are like industry standard. Now we have double 8 lowers.
It's like when you jumped into it, you were like, you know what? We're going to go all in on this.
Oh,
like, yeah. I want to go in on all the parts.
Yeah, we have everything.
But the bags are what got me. I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw the bags, I was like, holy shit.
So Joey started helping me. I'm eating a bunch of the kids' candy. So Joey started helping me with the bags. And then another guy, Carl Border, hit me up and he said, hey, I got a way to get more airspace out of the bags that's unused, where the mufflers used to go. So he ran it by me, and we ended up adding like a cubic foot of airspace down in the bottom of the bag without making it less rideable. So where your exhaust used to go under there, all that empty space is all airspace now. So and the bags are just catching on. Kimmy from Mavericks or Sound Bullies or whatever is getting ready. She's got a badass bike, and they're not the big giant bags, you know, the big heavyweight bags. Voodoo, Silent Cycles, and Powerhouse have that on lock. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Right.
Mine are like the middleweight. They call it middleweight, or the rider. We have some rider bags. Just I'm trying to stay with what more people want versus doing, you know, like some of those sets, those big giant sets, they're selling for like $6,000. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't want to get into this stuff that you can't ride.
Right. Well, I do know that when certain bags came out, there's, you know, because when I first built my bike back in 2013, you probably won't even remember this conversation, but you and I met in Galveston, and we actually discussed my bike and what I was going to do, and the way that I wanted it done. Nobody was doing it yet; they just weren't that aggressive yet. So when I made my stuff,
Whiskey.
well, we all need that. That's a Thursday night thing. But I just remember when you were discussing those parts with me, you were like, make sure when you build whatever it is you're going to build, don't bullshit. You know, don't just try to make something just to make it. If you're going to make it so it's strong enough.
Right.
And that I do remember, because you were not that you were anti-fiberglass back then, but you weren't a proponent of fiberglass. And that's all I knew how to work with.
No, fiberglass is good.
So back then you were telling me, just take your time. If you're going to do it, take the time to do it right the first time. So hats off to you, because you had a little play in that first bike I built.
Right.
So are you actually going to build yourself like your own personal stereo bike with the stuff that you got?
No. So right now we're doing a dirty tail with lowers on it, and I can't stand it because I don't know nothing about it. So and it's got to be done for Bike Week. It's for my good friend. So 5 days before Bike Week, I've got it set up with this audio place in Phoenix, and we got these Moscone little amps that fit in the lowers, and then those new Hertz coaxials, and then whatever that Bluetooth player thing is. I don't know nothing about it. Corey Souza told me, use this, do this. So I told him, order this stuff, and it's like, it has to go good.
Yeah.
But I just, every time we do the audio stuff here, something happens. The amp goes out, or, you know, we can't fix it in my shop. I've got to like sub it out. So I just don't want nothing to do with it. I'm happy to build badass parts for everybody, but I'll be the one to tell you, I don't know nothing about it other than what I've learned.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned a lot about the parts that we make, you know, what's the tweeter pods and all the different things. Like, we're definitely ahead of everybody.
Well, I know that's one thing that you listed off some pretty good people. I mean, it's not like you just went to somebody down the street. You actually went to what I would consider the professionals in the industry. I
would have made a million mistakes. And these guys prevented me from doing that. Rob Farnsworth is another big audio guy. Carl Border, Joey Hensley especially. Ricky Wills from Team Money Cycles, gave me a whole bunch of, dude, look at this. This is the kids' candy. When we're done with this talk here, that dish will be empty.
Holy shit. Are you diabetic or something, man?
No, I ain't diabetic. Fuck no. I'm just old.
You're my age.
I mean,
Don't say
I
you're
haven't
old.
tried all this stuff. Twix and Chex Mix. I mean, I got a whole. Uh-oh, my son. Get over here, boy. So, my phone's falling. So my kid just piped up. He's over there watching. Uh-oh, here he comes. Get away, dude. Let me just sample. I'm just sampling here.
I'm just sampling.
This is Cooper right here. We just got back from his football game. He's like the backup quarterback. So he got to throw a pass. They scored a touchdown. It was really cool. He's playing tackle now.
Right on.
No audio with this guy.
Blindside tackle, buddy.
What do you think about me eating all your candy?
No.
Go back on the couch. Cash just got his braces off today. Hey, well, hold on, don't take it.
He said, whoa.
Cash got his braces off today. I posted a picture.
Right on.
Kids are growing up too fast. Me and Sarah are just shaking our head like we don't know where the times went.
It goes fast. It goes so fast.
It does. Hey, so do you sit back? I notice you're farther back than me. So do you sit back so you look younger?
What? No.
No, you're way back there, dude. Oh, there you go.
He said, "Do you sit back so you can look younger?"
Yeah, you're way back. I need to get back farther.
No, I'm on a laptop.
Yeah, but you're like, dude, you purposely positioned it way far back so you can look younger than me on this.
Dude, I've got stitches in my jaw. And you're making me laugh.
You look pretty young when I look through the glass here. Are you going to Daytona?
He's fucking got beer goggles looking at me.
Are you going? I'm old as fuck. Are you going to Daytona?
No, I can't. I got to go to Arizona next month to see you.
Good. Hey, so there's another thing I want to talk about. I forgot the guy's name. Apologies, but there's a biker build-off thing going to happen, and they're trying to structure it like the original build-off, with Billy Lane, Paul Yaffe, whatever, the really old build-offs. So it's me against Corey Souza, $10,000. We have to win, whoever wins that, and then the next day we go down to the drag thing and race at Sturgis. He's not going to win either. He's not going to win either one. But
he's not going to win either.
No, he has no idea what I'm coming with. He will not win the race. So, but maybe the bike show, I don't know if he brings some lollipop thing or whatever he does. He did that little Debbie with the stickers all over it. I mean, maybe he'll win with that. I have a dirty tail that's gonna blow everybody's mind. He's building one too. So, but anyway, so we ride from Tennessee all through the mountains, and then ride to Sturgis, and then do the bike show, kind of like how they used to do. And then next year it'll be two. I don't think it should be me or Corey against whoever wins. I think it should be two fresh guys. To see who wins. Maybe after they do that a few times, then they do one where everybody goes against each other to see who like the grand champion badass is.
So who's promoting this one?
You know what? I'll send you all that because I'm drawing a blank right now. But he's doing a really good job. He's got a show in Daytona. It's Brian something. I can't think of his. I don't know. I'm messing up on that, but I'll send it to you so you can later on post it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell, dude, I've already this whole biker build off stuff that I do. Yeah, I was initially the very first biker build off. I was supposed to go against Corey Souza.
Yeah,
and him and his wife, they agreed to it. They were down with it. They were so happy to do it. And then something popped up where he
pushed out probably.
Oh, well, I'm nobody, dude. Shit. I was happy to have somebody with a name to actually go against me. Yeah. But anyway, so it's cool that he's doing it with you. Yeah. I would love to know who's putting it together because, dude,
I'll get all that to you. I'll get all that to you. The guy's doing a really good job. So I'm supposed to fly to Daytona, which I'm not. I got a bunch of stuff going on, and I don't think I'm going. But Corey will be there. And they're going to kind of talk about what we're going to do. And I mean, the thing is for Sturgis, it's just a long ways for me to go to get up there and, talk shit about Corey. So Corey's nickname is Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
So if you take a picture of Humpty Dumpty and then take a picture of Corey, because we're supposed to fuck with each other and put them next to each other, you'll see the resemblance. So I'm going to kick Humpty Dumpty's ass in this build-off.
I want to kick Humpty Dumpty's ass. Well, what is your nickname, Ned?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll come up with some bullshit for me, too. I don't know how he can top Humpty Dumpty, but, I mean, I'm sure. Oh, he'll come up with something good. But if you look at him, he looks like Humpty Dumpty. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but.
Oh, my God.
I kind of do. No, he's my friend, dude. So, I mean, he's not going to win, though. That's friend. When it comes to that shit, we don't. There is no friends. I got some secret shit sauce stuff that I'm going to pull out on this bike. That's going to. everybody's gonna just drop their. I did the Chrome King, I did the Gold King, and now I'm gonna do this bike. This is gonna be another crazy John Shope build.
That Chrome King was insane, dude.
That was a long time ago, but Trask did the twin turbos on it. I mean, that bike was that. Yeah, that was a good one. And then the Gold King had everything you could throw at on it, like a Cholo bike or whatever, and that thing was insane too.
Yeah. So are you got any new products you're coming out with other than the audio stuff?
Just some more, like, I just keep advancing the Dirty Tail stuff, to be honest, and those are my babies. Yeah. That stuff is blown up really good. Everybody's taking the soft tails, ripping out the suspension and making them. It has its own little deal. Like Sucker Punch Sally had their own little click. Well, we have like our Dirty Tail kind of click thing. If you have a Dirty Tail, they're just badass bikes.
Oh yeah.
And they're taking the crappy ass riding soft tail. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
But so for the M8, I have everything for the M8 now. And we just released or whatever, you can do a 200 Dirty Tail now. Yeah, so we've got the wide fender, this and that, and we'll probably do a fat tire front one, the Fat 23. We haven't done it yet, but with the M8.
So on a 99 Dyna wide glide, can you put a 200 on there?
I don't know. We don't do Dynas. Our bikes all start out as soft, with Heritage or Fat Boy or whatever they are.
Yeah. I messaged you years ago about my dad's bike. It's a 99 Dyna wide glide, and I wanted to do a 200 on it, but I guess I'm just gonna have to build a rear end for it and set it up myself.
Yeah, it might take a 200 rear tire. Like for ours, the swing arm's the same for the 150 or whatever it is, or the 200. It's the same swing arm. We just had to find the struts. We used the lowrider struts on the M8, and then the fat fender we made.
Yeah, like that. Jared Coomer's on here right now, and
is he?
A black one. God damn, that thing was wicked looking.
Yeah,
it's so clean, but the overall look of that bike is just different.
Yeah, short, stubby, short fender. I mean, hopefully he gets something going with that.
Oh, I guarantee he will.
Yeah.
I mean, even you said, man, that's just a whole different twist on the Dirty Tail, and they did it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. I'd have liked to have been sitting at the table when they discussed what they were going to do when they built that bike. That was a good conversation. Yeah,
very good. Yeah, that's a cool, short, little stubby kind of pro street or bobber style little bike. So, I mean, hopefully a bunch of guys latch onto that. The thing about that bike is, besides it looking badass, that bike handles badass. Like, you could make that bike look like that with the crappy shocks under the frame, but it's not going to ride good. So he pulled that shit out and threw it away and put our swing arm and all that in there. So now that bike, besides looking so badass, it handles badass.
Yeah, buddy, it does. It's one of those gas bikes.
Yeah.
When is the build off between you and Corey? That's in Sturgis, right?
Yes, in Sturgis at the what's that place? The Beaver Bar thing?
The Beaver Bar.
Yeah. So it'll be, I'm not sure the exact date, but we'll ride in, and then they have the bike show there, and then I don't know I think we're gonna find some judges that instead of doing a people's choice. That way people that can really look at the bikes and and judge them that way. Somebody that doesn't like me or Corey. I'm sure that won't be hard. I'm sure that won't be hard to find. Right. And then the next day we go, I think it's Burt Baker has them drag race, deal down at that, whatever that racetrack. We did it last year. I actually, my son wasn't even 16 and I signed myself up. I went and raced Corey a couple times, and then I put my son in under the helmet with my shirt on, and he pulled up in there, and everybody thought it was me. And he raced a couple baggers and beat them. But I mean, pretty cool. I mean, he's a badass little rider, but it's pretty cool that he got to do that.
Well, is he there?
Where?
Your son? Is he with you right now?
No, he's he's I don't know what. Oh, I think he went to something with his girlfriend at the high school or something.
Because I wanted to ask him, what did it feel like to whoop all those guys' asses?
Yeah,
16 years of
yeah,
age. I bet you could wipe that smile off his face for a month.
yeah. No, he rode that black murder tail. It's pretty fast, 124 in it. But I mean, he knows how to ride. You know, maybe the other guys' bikes were faster, but Cole knows how to. You know, he's been riding dirt bikes forever. So
I was gonna say, how did you get him started out on the big bikes like that? I mean,
I don't know. He just he's always rode the dirt bikes and just was really good. That kid, we went bowling the other night, and I can't bowl for shit. And this kid, after throwing that ball 4 or 5 times down the alley, was throwing strikes, and I was just like scratching my head. I'm like, kid, you know, whether it's the one wheel or the wakeboard surfing, and he's 6'4" and weighs 215. I don't know how such a big kid is so coordinated, but he just figures stuff out. He's really, he's really coordinated.
Oh yeah. Well,
Gets that from my side of the family.
I watch all your older videos, you jumping the bikes and doing the burnouts and doing wheelies, and I'm like, man, I wonder how many times have you actually laid a bike down trying to do that shit to learn it?
Oh, I'm all barked up. I've been to the hospital. My wife's taken me to the hospital 1,000,000 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm paying for it now. So we went up with Crucy and all them. They were all doing wheelies, and I was doing wheelies on that bagger, and none of them. Crucy wouldn't get on the bike. You know, they do the dynas or whatever they do. And one of the stunt guys was doing some pretty good stuff on it. I let a couple of other ones ride them, and they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't. So Cole, my kid, gets on there. He's never rode the bike. He goes down where they can't see him for like 10 minutes and disappears. He comes back, and he's doing like 3 or 4 car wheelies past him. I was
really?
like, I mean, he just went back there and figured it out.
Wow.
Pretty
That's
crazy.
gonna make you proud.
Yeah, but I mean,
scare the shit out of you, but make you proud.
You know, dude, when I was doing the wheelies, nobody was doing them. You know, there was a couple people. There was a couple black guys that were pretty badass. But now that all them kids are doing it and stuff, I just hung up my broken bones.
That's for y'all now.
Yeah. I mean, same with like the flamethrowers on the bike. You know, me and Paul were doing that for quite a while. Now everybody's doing it, and it's like I'm good for them. Let's pass it on to them.
No shit, right?
I'm over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just have this.
Well, that is good.
All right.
I mean, about that. I don't have that right now, but I'm going to have that later. Promise you that.
I had to have this to be able to talk to you guys.
Why? You've always been, your whole career you've been vocal.
I don't know, dude. I think the older you get, the more you overthink things. Not that I'm old, but
yeah, because no, we're not old. You know, our age is the new 30, so we're in our prime.
Seasoned.
That's exactly right. No shit. Well, hell, man. Well, dude, I don't know what else is going on, man, that, you can let us in on. I like it that you're doing the stereo stuff. That's badass. Yeah. I like the Softail stuff. That's badass.
Right.
The cars. Dude, how many cars do you own? Or do you buy these cars and then build them yourself and sell them?
Yeah. I have a body shop or whatever. So I'll find something. Maybe it needs a paint job. Maybe it needs wheels. Maybe it needs a motor. And for some reason, like I never get Mustangs. For some reason, I have 6 Mustangs right now.
Really?
I don't know why. I'm getting ready to sell them all. Like we're fixing to paint on one, whatever. Each one has its own little thing, but it's just extra money for their shop. So, or whatever, and I know all them old, I got a convertible Roadrunner. We're doing, I know all them old cars. So for side money or side, whatever, I just grew up with that stuff. So yeah. I know I'm very educated with all the numbers and all the old split windows, and I've been messing with that stuff forever.
Oh, okay. So Brett Squatch just asked, is there anything coming out for the new Indians? The Indian Chief?
No, I don't. You know what? I might do some more audio stuff for the Indian. We did some things for the Challenger and the stuff that we already have, but I don't even know about that new Chief or whatever. It seems like everybody wants the performance stuff to go on it, and that's really not my thing. We've got a few parts, short bags, some stuff for the Harleys, but I'm kind of leaving that to Trask, and that's Hoffman and them. That's all their lane or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't do everything.
Well, that's one thing I'll tell you, dude. I mean, I've known you for a long time. I first met you in Galveston in 2014 when you were with Eddie Trotta.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, a lot of people don't give enough credit to the people that paved the way. I've heard a lot of people talk shit about you, and I've heard a lot of people worship.
Really?
Oh, no, yeah, you know better. Come on.
I know.
But when you start getting these, when you look at guys like you that have been in the industry for forever, and you see the progression of your builds, you are the person I refer to when I say don't back yourself into a corner. Fads come and go. You got to diversify, and you do that very well.
Hey, here's a quick story. So I was texting Jesse James a while ago. We don't really like each other, dude, to be honest. I mean, he's I don't know. But so we were talking, and I said, I forgot what it was. I said, I don't know why we haven't become friends, because I feel like we should be friends. That guy, I grew up or whatever with the bikes, and he was, I followed a lot of his stuff, and the guy's a crazy metal fab guy. So I asked him, I go, so how come he got me good too? I go, so how come we haven't just become friends or whatever, better friend or whatever? And he texts back, because you're a fag with a laughing, crying face. So I text him back and I said, so if you said that to me face to face, this fag probably wouldn't backhand you, would he? You know what I mean? Like I'll backhand that motherfucker into tomorrow if he called me a fag face to face. So he texts back after that, and he fucking has this laughing, crying face again. He goes, I was just fucking with you. He got me good. So then I put back, I said, you got me. And then I text, are you single? Since I'm a fag. But whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's his own whatever. But I mean, we text every once in a while. Whatever.
Well, I've only met him a couple of times, and every time I've met him, he's been cool. He's been rushed.
Yeah.
But I know I've met you more than a couple of times, and
it's a different thing, dude. Like, I don't think he cares about what I did with the big wheel baggers or the dirty tails or whatever, because it's not his thing. He hates it. Yeah. He hates that shit. It's either chopper or nothing, and whatever. Things change, and he did a lot with the choppers, and I did a lot with the baggers, or whatever. So, I mean, don't discount me because you don't like where it went.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, and you can't do that because that's part of culture. I mean, you are a household name in this industry for what you've done. I mean,
so when I do this, what? He's talking. I know, but I'm just trying to get another drink here. Okay. So when I do this,
hey man, I changed your diapers. Make me a drink. Oh shit!
He got this.
Yeah. Usually when I do that, I get a full drink, but not tonight, I guess.
Not tonight. You're getting a half a drink and a smack in the face. You're going to end up with a bruised cheek like me.
Yeah, things change.
Damn, man.
But anyway.
Well, dude, it's good to see you on here. I'm glad to see that everything's going good. I love it that you're coming into the stereo game. For two reasons. One, it shows people, hey, don't count me out. Don't say I can't do something because you did it.
Right.
But it also shows you're actually growing in the industry again on another level with something that you weren't privy to or you didn't do before. So I just think that's cool as shit.
Well, I'm not really into the big audio stuff. I don't hate it, but here's the thing. The audio stuff is keeping the baggers going. Mm-hmm. The big wheel baggers, and without it, that stuff, that would have died. So hats off to the audio guys for keeping the big wheel baggers going. And obviously the performance stuff is keeping, the performance bagger thing go, the Harley thing going. So hats off to the performance guys for finding a niche. And, it's kind of like I said before, there's the dirty tail guys, maybe there's the chopper guys, there's the performance bagger guys, there's the big wheel audio guys. And it's kind of, everybody has their, what they like. And, it's better than the industry dying. That we don't want that. We don't want electric bikes or, whatever.
Well, they're coming.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I just try not to hate on any, just because I don't like performance baggers or whatever. It doesn't, I'm happy for Nick and Hoffman and, the other guys that are, speed, guys that are doing good with it. And, I like to ride them.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, man, anytime you want to come on here, you're going to do any parts or you want to say anything, man, just tag me, do whatever. Send me a text. We'll have you on here anytime, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
thanks for coming in tonight, man, and I appreciate you coming in. Wish you could have got here earlier, but family's first. That's my opinion.
No one's even probably watching because it's so late.
No, you wouldn't believe it. You go back and read all the comments, see everything. It blew up. It's good.
Good. Everybody's staying up past their bedtime.
Well, yeah, because what is it? It's 9 o'clock there?
Yeah. So it's 11, or is it
so
11?
Most of the people are watching. It's 11 o'clock right now.
Yeah.
They stayed up late for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Right on. Well, cool, brother. Well, to tell you guys, no, he's not going to Daytona.
I might fly in.
Well, okay, so he might fly in. I'm not going to Daytona, so y'all gonna have to go have all the fun for me. Well, cool, man. We'll go have a kick-ass night, dude, and we'll keep in touch, man. Yeah.
Just to show you, when I do this, look what happened. Boom. All is not lost.
My wife would have popped me in the mouth.
All is not lost.
She's still smiling. You're doing something right.
She has a smile every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to get back into this.
Oh, my God, the candy freak. Candy and alcohol, the best combination.
Oh, I'll be hungover in the morning. All right.
Too much sugar. All right, brother. We'll go have a blessed night, man. It was good talking with you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, everybody.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Well, cool. Well, there you go, guys. You heard it from the man himself. That's freaking great, man. But anyway, so just to let everybody know, I'm fixing to go take some medicine. This really hurts. John had me rolling there for a little while. Y'all got to go to the Beaver Bar in Sturgis, man, and check out that build off. I think that's going to be pretty badass. But anyway, we will see you all next Thursday night, another night right here on The Grind. Y'all go have a great week and stop fighting with each other.